Hi guys, hope you're well. Okay, I've got the best recipe for leftover turkey. You're gonna love it. It's a beautiful turkey stew with sweet leek and smoky bacon biscuit dumplings. Yes! This is the most delicious dish. Here we got leftover turkey. White meat, brown meat, stuffing. It's all good. It's gonna make the most incredible stew. But then we're gonna make these biscuits, these dumplings that are so good too. So we're gonna start with that part. I'm gonna finely slice 2 rashers of smoky bacon. And then we're gonna go into a pan with a little swig of olive oil. So as that begins to fry up, it smells amazing already, we're gonna finely slice 2 small leeks, okay? So what I want you to do is just kind of trim the ends, and then that outer little piece like that we can remove. Get the tip of your knife and run it down the length of the leek like that, and then we can wash the leek under a tap. I'm gonna just cut it in half and finely slice it. Let's do the second one. So what I wanna do is give it a nice, generous pinch of black pepper, and then straight in with the leeks. And then I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium-low, and I'll cook that for about 15 minutes. So, in a separate pan, let's get that onto a medium-high heat. We'll start this amazing stew. So first up, I'll give it some more olive oil. Then we're gonna go in with 3 bay leaves. We'll go in with a couple of sprigs of thyme and rosemary. This will just get the flavors going. Then I've got 3 onions, roughly chop them. And then the second vegetable, celery. Split them in half lengthwise and then roughly slice them. In with the celery. What we're gonna do now is let this celery and onion cook down nice and sweet for 15 minutes, and the same on the leek. Okay, so 15 minutes later, you can see what's happened. That's cooked down beautiful. So first up, I'm gonna remove these stalks of herbs. Then in here, it's really simple to turn it into a beautiful, beautiful gravy. First of all, 2 heaped teaspoons of English mustard. Then 2 heaped tablespoons of flour. So we'll stir that through first of all, and then what we can do is put in 1.5 litres of veg or chicken stock. So get that stirred in, and we'll bring that to a boil. The sweet leeks and bacon now, we can just shake that onto a clean surface. So just do that, and they'll be cold easily within the time. So as that comes to the boil, you can see it beginning to thicken up. I'll turn that down now. We'll go in with the stuffing and the meat. Get that stirred in, and we'll let that simmer while I'll put these beautiful dumpling biscuits together. So that's gonna simmer away while I make these incredible dumplings. So in a bowl, we're gonna go in with 125 grams of flour. Then I'm gonna go in with 25 grams of corn maize. Then we're gonna go in with 30 grams of diced butter with a good pinch of pepper. And we're just gonna use our fingers to rub it all together. So almost a little bit like a crumble topping. And then, once you've done that, we're gonna go in with some beautiful buttermilk. So 125 mils goes in at the same time as our lovely leeks and bacon. So they all become part of the same amazing biscuit dumplings. We're gonna cook these lovely dumplings on top of that stew, so they're gonna suck up a lot of that lovely gravy and just kind of bring it together. And if you come and have a look at the consistency of this, it's like soft, but it's not sticky. So this will go on here. So wash my hands, pat it out with your hands. Just take a cookie cutter, cut it out like that. And then we can then place those straight onto our stew. Now this mess here is not a mess, this is all good. We can just simply push this back together into a little ball, pat it down again to about 2 centimeters thick. Then we go again on top, and we won't waste any of this mix. All I would do now is just brush these dumplings with a little bit of egg wash, like that. And then they go in the oven for about half an hour at 200 degrees Celsius. And then I'll have a little clean down. We'll do some nice greens or broccoli or something like that. And that is gonna be amazing. So, half an hour has passed. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, look at that. You can see how everything's cooked into each other. It's gone golden. So let's just portion some up. I'll take some of that lovely broccoli, go right in to the bottom of the pan so you get a nice chunk of all those lovely cuts of meat. Come on guys, look at that. That is proper comfort food at its best. Finish it with a little bit of gravy. Go on over the biscuits, yes. Beautiful turkey stew with sweet leeks, smoky bacon, biscuit dumplings. Let's get on with a little bit of tasting. Yes. Oh my Lord, that is a great festive leftover meal. So that, my friends, is a thing of beauty. Comfort food at its best. If you want this recipe and loads more amazing recipes for the festive season, then check out my Christmas cookbook. I'm really proud of it, and there's some great chapters. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're all really well. Me and Tesco have a cracking recipe that I know you're gonna love. It's celebrating leftover turkey. We're gonna turn that into a one-pan pasta that is quick, it's easy, and it is the most delicious thing ever. And the best thing about this, it's gonna help you use up your leftovers. So, let's get cooking. First up, cut your leeks in half, give them a good wash, and then finely slice them. Pick the leaves from half a bunch of thyme, or any other woody herb will work. Cut the fresh lasagna sheets into 3cm strips to create a pappardelle. In a dry casserole pan, toast the breadcrumbs over a medium heat for 5 minutes, sprinkling with a few thyme leaves. Tip into a small bowl when golden and place the pan back onto the heat. Drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil into a pan, add the leek and the rest of the thyme with a good splash of water and cook for 10 minutes over a medium heat until soft. Now it's time to get the leftovers involved. Shred up any of the turkey, white or brown meat. Even if you've got stuffing or pigs in blankets, you can break that up and get that in as well. Add 1 tablespoon of oil, stir in the flour and keep it moving for about a minute. Gradually add the milk and 300 milliliters of boiling water, stirring continuously until it comes together. Stir in the spinach and bring it back to the boil. Once the spinach is broken up, reduce the heat and add the pasta and simmer for 4 minutes, stirring occasionally so that the pasta doesn't stick together. Grate in the cheese and then season to perfection, making sure the turkey is fully heated through. Look at that. Super generous, gorgeous. It smells of Christmas. That is going to be amazing. So there you go, turkey pasta, absolutely gorgeous with crispy, herby breadcrumbs. Brilliant.
This recipe gives you a surefire way to turn your Christmas turkey and trimmings into the ultimate leftovers sandwich. Stuffed between a belting homemade focaccia with a shortcut to a tasty pickle done in a fraction of the time. It's layered with whatever's in your fridge, topped with mayo mixed with leftover gravy. It's next level good.
So this incredible sandwich is inspired by a dish called muffaletta, and they're big focaccias that are split in half, opened up and then filled with layer upon layer of beautiful things. Mozzarella, prosciutto, parmesan, antipasti, peppers, all that goodness. But really what I want to do is break it down to the principles so you can make it your own at home with your leftovers. So if we're going to make a beautiful sandwich, we need to make a beautiful dough. So I want to give you a recipe that is super reliable, that you can use in many different ways in your life, whether it's pizza bases, nice little rolls, and of course, we're going to make the most incredible focaccia. 1 kilo of strong flour onto a clean surface. A couple of teaspoons of salt, 700 milliliters of tepid water, sort of lukewarm. So the yeast you can buy in sachets, and you can get it in all the supermarkets. Just scatter that into your water. The heat of the water will activate the yeast, and the yeast will be very happy if you add a little sugar, or in this case, honey. So a little teaspoon goes in, and then we can just mix it up like this. Just use your fork to bring the flour from the outside to the inside, bit by bit. As this batter gets thicker and thicker, it then becomes a dough. I think in that time between Christmas and New Year, betwixtmas, you know, a lot of us have got time to do some different cooking, some batch cooking, some lovely slow cooks, and in this case, like a lovely homemade bread. And also, you know, starting with these simple raw ingredients that, of course, are much cheaper than buying a focaccia yourself. Like, this is a win-win. As I'm moving the dough around with the fork, I'm just using this little scraper just to bring it in to the center. So I'm going to give you some lovely shortcuts to turning those leftovers into something absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be a sandwich beyond all sandwiches. And also it's really good for groups of people. You can do one big massive one, like slice it up, let people take what they want, and you can feed quite a lot of people. So you can see 10 minutes of kneading, and what we've got now is a really lovely elastic dough. So what I do now is give it its first prove. Proving is simply letting the yeast activate, and double the dough in size. So put a little bit of oil into a bowl. Give it a little rub around the edges. Just put that in there like that. And then I'll just get a little tea towel and wet it. Just put this over the bowl and give that 1 hour, and then I'll show you what to do next. What you'll see is it's doubled in size, and at this point, we've got to knock it back. Knock out the air, and then what you do is prove it again. So put some oil in a nice big tray. This is about 40 by 30 centimeters wide, and then take this dough and just plop it in there like that. Push it out as much as you can, and by pushing your fingers right to the bottom of the tray, you create these little dimples that you can then fill up with gorgeous extra virgin olive oil, and that will go into all the little cracks and crannies. You could put herbs, sliced tomatoes, and all kinds of things. I'm gonna keep it super simple. Olive oil, salt, and that's it. So, let that prove until it's doubled in size again. Under here is a focaccia bread. It's a big sandwich and the most delicious. It's as big as this tray. Have you ever seen focaccia? Have a look. Don't touch it though, because it's got to double in size. Give you a kiss. This dough has had another hour, and that's going to go in an oven. This oven is at 200 degrees Celsius, and we'll give that 25 to 30 minutes until golden and crisp and gorgeous. So, next up, the leftovers. We're going to use some British cheeses, red Leicester, cheddar. We're going to use our turkey, stuffing, smoked ham. This is a sandwich that you have to share. And then we're going to make a quick pickle, which is a fantastic thing to learn if you ever want to bring a little bit of life into a dish. Turning everyday veggies like cauliflower, radishes, carrots, cucumber into something really exciting. We're going to use white wine vinegar. You could use red wine vinegar. 5 or 6 tablespoons, some salt, and a little bit of olive oil. So it's about 1 part olive oil to about 6 parts vinegar. Think of it like that. Just a little bit of whole grain mustard. Look at that. And then we can have fun with some textures. So take your humble carrot, and you can create the most beautiful textures just by peeling, right? If you've ever got a crinkle cutter, it's quite a cool way to chop up cucumbers into little matchsticks. Even leftover cauliflowers here, just cut them into tiny, tiny florets. If you make this pickle up, you can use it straight away. You can keep it in the fridge. And it's a great way of maybe extending some of the life of your veggies. So with the radishes, just slice them up any old way. We can spice it up with a little chili. Just give it a nice little kick up the backside. I've got tarragon here. It could be mint, it could be parsley, it could be basil. Just tear the dill in like that. Then I'm using some jarred peppers here. They're just char grilled, super convenient, amazing sweet flavour that's a little bit sort of smoky, beautiful. And then here I've got some olives. So get the crunchy veggies all mixed up with that vinegar. And what's nice about this recipe is it's a principle that you can use for whatever's in your fridge. Pickle done. What I tend to do if I've got any leftover turkey is just take it off the bone and then I can slice it up. So slice your meats as thin as you can. What I love about this is all the smells around me are the classic smells of Boxing Day. You know, leftover turkey, stuffing, the pickles. There's some nice red Leicester and cheddar. Often you'd see different kinds of mayonnaises or aiolis as a layer on a muffaletta. And I'm gonna make some leftover gravy mayonnaise, and I can only promise you this is a thing of beauty. Gravy mayonnaise. It's so right but wrong. It's so good. Let's get the focaccia out of the oven. It looks good. It's had half an hour. Oh. And look at that. Nice and golden. Now, as soon as it comes out of the oven, you feed it again with olive oil. Let it soak into the bread. Give that 15 minutes, Then we'll split it and make this incredible sandwich. So this has cooled down beautifully now. Oh. So our job is now to get in there and split it. Try and go in the middle. And I tend to just go around the edge first, like this. Don't go all the way through, don't try, because you might go wonky. And then once you've joined up, then you can start slicing through. Oh, look at that. We can now start layering up. We're going to use our incredible gravy mayo. So that is the first layer of flavour. And do that layer of the smoked ham. Look at that. Beautiful. Then we can go in with our little bit of rocket. Here you could use watercress. You could use herbs if you wish. Then we can go a little bit of cheddar. Just little slithers. Look at that. Then we're going to get our lovely turkey. And we're still celebrating that amazing, amazing roast dinner from Christmas. But any leftovers, this could embrace. Then we're going to go for this amazing pickle. What I might do is just pick out some of this pepper first. It still feels like it's as crazy as Christmas should be, with tinsel and baubles. It's just a really nice sort of party sandwich. Last layer of the red Leicester. And then last but not least, let's get the stuffing on top. I want to use all of those lovely leftovers. There, we have got an epic sandwich. If I just kind of slice into it, right down to the bottom, that is a sandwich not to be messed around with. Let's have a little go on our Christmas leftover Focaccia muffaletta. Oh, yeah. Completely eccentric. It uses up leftovers, and it's a beautiful thing to make your own bread. What a celebration. There you go. Muffaletta. Merry Christmas. Okay, we are going to make something with leftover turkeys. Me and my sis, my younger sis, I'll have you know. But she's always been, like, the boss, really. So this is quite nerve-wracking for me, because we don't cook together very often.
You're in charge for once.
Yes.
Just this once.
Yeah, like, if I can. OK, here's the theory, right? You're always ending up with this little baby, you know, and then in the week after, you can do beautiful things. Yes, stews, yes, pies, yes, soups. And I want to do something a bit different and something with some flavour and attitude. I'm going to do basically like a kind of, I don't know, sort of South American sort of chili, OK?
Is turkey not a bit dry to make a chili con carne with?
It was juicy in the first place. I didn't overcook it.
But they do dry out in the fridge, turkeys.
Correct. And see, this is why we had such a colourful childhood together. Once upon a time, I dared to question my younger sister. And do you know what I got in return? I got a jar of oil of Ulay right in my gob and smashed out my teeth.
You did deserve it. You must have deserved it.
No, I just said one thing. Look, you're absolutely right. When you have exposed meat like this, it totally does get dry. And the wonderful thing about creating a stew is that you can reinvigorate. So hopefully you're going to like it. So I'm going to slice up. You can do it pan of action. Olive oil in a pan, sis. OK. You can kind of, I mean, it's just general sort of root veg beginnings. Carrots, leeks, onions. There you go. Have a little toss up over there, darling. We got red and green chilli that I've chopped up. You've got seeds in there as well. You can take them out if you want. I'm not going to. So I've got 2 onions here. Onions go in. Peppers. Basically, I'm kind of chopping everything around about the size of a chickpea. So we're going to add spice and attitude now. So just a flat teaspoon of cumin. It's pretty pokey stuff, so don't go over the top. Smoked paprika. Every household should have some. Seriously.
Well, I don't know, actually. I don't buy smoked. I prefer.
I thought I just heard some more questioning.
It tastes like hickory smoke, doesn't it?
That's the point.
So I prefer normal paprikas. Would that normal paprika be okay?
No. So you can put that meat in 3 tins of nice tin tomatoes in. Give it a stir, Anna. About 2.5, but you could put it all in if you wanted. I'm putting some butter beans in there and some chickpeas, okay? It's gonna blip away. Blip. Right? And when you have a bright person, you'd say simmer, right? And you'd have the equation of simmering and what that means. I say blip, because it's very visual and it makes you feel good.
That is characteristic dyslexia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the oven it goes.
No lid.
No, because it's quite slow, for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, about 170, 180. Give it a check after an hour. You might want to feed it a little water. But what that's going to do is really intensify the flavours. Now, as I love Delia Smith, as everyone else does, here's one I made earlier. Right. See how it's kind of gnarly around the sides and sticking a little bit?
Absolutely delicious.
I want to have a taste.
You're checking the seasoning.
Right, I'm sure you've got a bleeding opinion. Right. See, I think that smoky paprika flavour has actually dissipated.
You must have an asbestos mouth by now.
Yeah, no.
And I'm a very delicate flower.
Yeah, well, I've got an asbestos mouth because actually once upon a time someone rammed an oil of Ulay pot right in my gob to the point where my teeth couldn't protect my tongue anymore.
Didn't work, did it?
Yeah. Everyone always takes mickey out of me talking funny, and that's the reason.
That is lovely, and the smoked paprika does work, so sorry.
Thank you. Now, also, another little
Let you
thing.
off.
Right, round the edge, all those bits, please, don't leave that for the dishwashing, right? All those gnarly bits, do you want that? And that's going to make it taste delish. Now, lime, acidic, vibrant, alive, Mexico, really liven stuff up, more coriander, fresh chilli, and there you go. I mean, nutritionally, I think probably everything's in there. Hardly any fat. You've got lovely carbs, you've got veg, you know, you've got herbs, you've got good meat.
Actually, my children could eat it at this temperature because it's not too spicy yet.
Sour cream, if I can get a word in edgeways. And then guacamole. And then a little bit more smoked paprika, just, frankly, just to really get on her nerves.
That is gorgeous.
That's a good result.
Oh, it is delicious. I really do think the smoked paprika works, actually. I've changed my mind.
Did that hurt to say that?
A little bit.
I really enjoyed that.
What? Being so rude to me.
No, not you, this. I really enjoyed this.
Perfect roast turkey. This is what it's all about, right?
Yep.
That love and that care and that extra time that you guys give does pay dividends in flavour and texture and all of that. So I was kind of thinking just do a really simple turkey roll. The wing meat there is sweet, beautiful meat. You've got the brown meat here, look at that, just fall off the bone. And we can just pull that meat. Look at that, how tender.
Beautiful.
So you'll know this as a farmer of these turkeys, the intramuscular fat inside the breast meat is much more than kind of a standard turkey. So being free range and having that wide ranging diet, you know, it's the leg meat that really benefits.
Once it's reached maturity, you see the definition in the muscle structure, in the fat content, and that makes all the difference when it comes to flavour.
When you talk about the fat and the skin, I mean, look at this. Just by putting that skin back in a pan or on a tray, I mean, this is like proper crackling. So, right, 4 beautiful baps. Come on, let's try a little bit of crackling before the boys get back.
Oh,
lovely. Right, boys.
Look at this.
Perfect time.
We're all fested up. Look, T-shirt is on.
Me too. Me too,
Nice.
mate. I was prepared. The flavour that you earn through time, love, care, you know, all of those little details today, I think makes such a difference. If there's ever a time of year to trade up, why not make it the most important day of the year, Christmas Day?
But, come on, the old... There's got to be a song in that. We've got to be a next boy band. Yeah? We are going to be the next big thing.